Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Hi.
She's Carolyn, I'm Elizabeth.
Yes. cpredmor on Ravelry and Instagram, but usually on Instagram I'm Instagramming as Knitting in Our Jeans because I don't change my identity that often.
I noticed you did this week though because I saw you liking things as you. I was very proud
That's
of you.
That's because I was downstairs in the dental office.
Oh, on your iPad?
No, on Dad's machine.
Ah.
So on that machine, I'm cpredmor. No E.
I was very proud of her. I was like, oh, that's great. She figured it out. Yeah. Apparently no. Apparently not. Apparently my pride in my mother was misplaced for that day.
I totally forget what this... Anyway, I'm wearing something I knitted, and I wore it because I think I need longer sleeves.
Well, can I do finish my intro?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course. I apologize. And what are we? Are we number 44?
Hold on. Yes.
This is number 44. We've been doing this a while.
If you all don't remember, I keep my iPad here so that we can look things up, just because it's easy. So it's bigger than looking at a phone, and it's also easier to show you all photos. So I'm Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou on Instagram and Ravelry. You can find me at both places. I realized a few days ago I've been taking lots of photos and not posting them. So I might just do a whole week of flashbacks or hashtag latergrams.
So you've been enjoying them.
Yes.
But no one else. Okay.
Yes, well I mean
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I did not make this. However, it reminds me of it's from the Target the new Target line, like A New Day, I think it's called. It was like $20. I got this one and the gray one. It's really soft. Pet me.
Oh yes. Oh, I'm gonna have to get them.
And it's a mock. Online? Couldn't find them. We can try it after we record, but if not, we could also go next Sunday over to the one at Westbury. I saw a friend of mine was wearing it on Friday, and then we made her husband drive us to Target so I could get some.
We're gonna have to get some for me.
So it has this mock neck with this drawstring, and it's got really beautiful metal aglets.
Oh, nice.
The reason I bring it up is because I realized it reminds me of the Ease sweater by Alicia Plummer, which I really want to knit really badly, and I have a sweater's quantity already for it.
You just need time.
I just need time.
Okay.
But if anyone's looking for that kind of look, also this is
a weekend.
It's a shirt. It's a good shirt. It's not really an over sweater.
All the colors.
Yeah, I also thought, so I have a gray one. I thought it
Call Laura. Tell her that's what I want for Christmas.
Well, we should go and try them on so we find out what size you want.
What's that one?
Medium.
Well, I can try that one on. I bet I'd take a large.
Okay. You should still try them on. We should still go try them on because I also want the burgundy one. Okay. But I was thinking of wearing the gray one with my blue blazer and my skinny jeans and those new blue boots I got. I thought that'd be really cute for work.
That would be good.
And this transitional weather thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So that was something I thought of.
Why don't we look up and see what I'm wearing?
Okay, I will look and see what you're wearing.
It's something I made, and I had dyed the yarn. Yes, we are twins. We had gone to Neighborhood Fibers down in Baltimore to their firehouse, which is where their offices and their store is. And every few weekends, Carina has a dyeing workshop. And it's fabulous. I have to tell you, if you're going to one, go to Carina. It's absolutely wonderful. She's got
if you're in the area. Yes. Obviously, this is because
we drove down.
We drove down because Mom...
Because we're crazy.
Yeah, messaged
and
me.
It was great. I mean, at that time, it was a 12-burner stove, 12-burner gas stove. So there was plenty of burners. There were just 3 of us. There's Elizabeth and I and one other woman. And Carina and one of her helpers. And it was fabulous.
It was lovely. She had a whole thing on color theory. And it was actually, I think, a month before she got married.
Yes.
So we were hearing all the stories about planning for that. So the sweater she knit is Sugar Maple by Carina Spencer.
Yes. So, and I like it. I'll stand up.
Too.
See, in the front it comes down like this. And I love this part. I hate the back.
It's really short in the back.
Yes, and obviously it hasn't been blocked because my intention was to make it longer. But what I'm thinking of doing, since there's an equal number of rows in the front as the back, I'm going to do this V thing going down the back, probably down the other side. So
I might actually I might make one of those and modify it just pattern, so that it's the same.
I think I might start the back at about this level.
Yeah, under the underarms once you separate. I would do that. Yeah.
And then we were just talking about the sleeves, and I think I'm going to pick up the ribbing here, and I'm just going to rib it all the way down to my elbow. And then I think it's going to be a really useful top. And if you're wondering how is she going to do that, I've got another ball of yarn.
Don't you have the rest of that second color too?
No, this is all the second color.
Oh.
I think. Yes. No. That's another ball. The third ball is over there. So this
I don't see it. So okay.
It's over behind the gray thing.
Oh. Okay.
All right. So anyway, I have another skein of yarn, and it went from light to darker. See, there's more the dark, and then the third one is even darker still. So I could do from the inside the two sleeves coming down so that they're equally dark, and then I could work the bottom to what I like to. In fact, I could.
You could always rip it back and
rip it back to. That's an idea. Rip it back to about here, and then go on down.
And then you could do the thing in the back.
Exactly.
See, we are not afraid of once you've finished a project redoing it because we've been sewing for how long?
Sewing?
My entire life.
I've been sewing since I was 10.
Right. So we've been sewing my entire life.
Absolutely decades.
And if something doesn't work right, you take the seam out and you fix it.
Oh, I do want to talk about these. This is what I couldn't remember the name of last week. Obviously, needle keepers. And I did buy 5. So there were 2 in the other bag and these 3. And I still think they're great. So kudos to them. I think it's a great idea. I love the fact that it's metal. You're talking to a woman, or a woman here is talking to you, who has managed to crack her glasses in one of those fabric glasses holders. So I find that...
Like the ones you used to get from Lens Crafters.
Yeah. And I found that with the way I stuff things into my bag and the way different things go into the bag, it's really important to have really stiff glasses holders. The same thing with my needles. Since I usually work with wooden needles, they're breakable. Yeah. And so these things I think are really fantastic. And of course, once your needle is in it, your stitches aren't coming off at all. So I got, this is purple. One's a blue.
One's purple,
blue, and silver. I have a red, and I had another color. They came in, I think, 8 different colors. So, you could go with one color or lots of colors. So, I'm still working. Yes, my exercise pants are usually hung on the back of my chair here. I'm still working with the lichen needles that I had before, and this is just the other 2 pair that I bought because you don't
What size are they?
They're different sizes. This is a 6, and this...
Can I try the 7s on the sweater that I'm doing the test knit for? Because I need size 7s, or do you need size 7 sometime soon?
No, I don't think so.
Well, because then we can do a review of how much we like or the pros and cons of them.
But we can do that.
Because you've been using your Darn Pretties, and I've been using my Knit Pick I use my Knitter's Pride, which I have heard are comparable to the
Darn Pretty?
No.
Symphony? No.
Knit Picks. However, they are exactly the same thing as the Knit Pros, because that's the European label. I do know that for a fact, and those cables are interchangeable with the Knitter's Pride cables. So I will use this, and I will knit you're knitting an entire sweater on them. I'm knitting an entire sweater on them. If you all watch the Knitmore girls, you know that they're actually reviewing the Likey needles, and she's knitting a whole set of Christmas sweaters for her kiddos and maybe herself out of the interchangeable set they were sent to review. And she said the way to put a set of needles through their paces is to knit sweaters.
Right.
And so I thought
exactly
that would be great.
Doing.
And also,
I'm looking around for something that I brought upstairs and I can't see at the moment.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for that little hat.
I've only seen that one. That is in your hands.
Oh no, you have seen the Entrelac hat.
Oh, did you bring it?
Maybe I left it downstairs.
Maybe. You can show it next week when it's done.
I can show it next week when it's done. It should be done tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
So, what have you been working on this week, Mom?
I made another baby hat. And the Entrelac hat that we're talking about downstairs is going to be another baby hat. So, anyway, for the Harry Potter Knitting Crocheting Club, the headmistress... No, Quidditch. This is Quidditch. It said to make a charity item. And I'm sure you know by now that I make hats for the Winthrop University Hospital neonatal ward. So this may be the one you were thinking of.
That's the one I was thinking of.
So I've got, and preemie babies aren't just the really teeny tiny ones. They come really in all sizes. You can have a regulation size, 5-pound, 6-pound baby who's in the neonatal ward for other reasons rather than low weight.
They also give the hats out to other kids, like if they're born with severe health issues, things like that.
So I've got 4 hats at the moment. Knit night is this Wednesday, so I would like to finish the Entrelac hat, and I probably will by Wednesdays. And I've never done Entrelac before. And I picked up the Entrelac book that was that's a Vogue.
The Rosemary Drysdale?
Yes.
And I took a class with her. It's great.
She's very, very good. Very self-explanatory. And there's some little kids' hats in there, Entrelac hats.
Oh.
Yeah. And I actually am using very tiny needles. Because, again, it's for the neonatal ward. So I'm not following exactly the cast-on number that she had. I have 8 more stitches than she has. But I'm working with fingering, which is smaller than what she was working with. And I'm really pretty pleased. I mean, the size that it is, I think it'll be very appropriate. And it's coming along. I mean, it's not anywhere as fast as these little crochet things. But I think it'll be a good hat. And I'm finding it interesting the way the pattern's going since I've never done this before. And so you start out with what look like dragon's teeth, and then you have pieces that go this way and then pieces that go this way. And I think I finished the row that I'm on, maybe another regular size row, and then I start decreasing. So the hat will be done relatively soon.
Nice.
So yeah, that's good.
Maybe I'll borrow that book and make some out of that.
That's a good idea, because you've never made a project out of Entrelac either. You've taken the class.
I've taken the class. I do have a sweater cute that I want to do.
This is a class for October in the Harry Potter Knitting Crocheting Club. And so this will be my entry for that. And then if I get that done, excuse me, tonight, then tomorrow, I can take 2 little balls of wool with me when we go into the city, and I can make 2
Where are you guys going to be in the city? Midtown?
Your father's going to hospital for special surgery.
I was going to say we should get lunch.
I don't think so, because I've got a doctor's appointment at 1:30 out here. Sorry.
I was super excited. I was like, we could do lunch, and it's going to be beautiful. We could sit in Bryant Park. It would have been fantastic.
It would be great, but we've got...
You've got all of the things.
We've got all the things planned. I didn't realize when I made my appointment that I'd be going in with him on his appointment. I don't think he cared about whether I could go or not, but be that as it may.
Oh, well.
So anyway, I've got 2 more little hats to do. And then there's a prompt that says, do it in gray. And suddenly the light got strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. It got strange.
It's where my head goes, this blonde head. So anyway.
I know, you're so bright and cheery, and I'm, so ready for winter. I think actually, so, you all don't know this.
She comes in and goes, I did something to my hair.
I did, and Mom can't tell. And, you really can't tell unless you look at the ends where I had it, it was bleached before, and it still feels good. I used one of the L'Oreal Color Scents, semi-permanent dyes. I tried to go purple because I wanted to get the ends not as light, because they were starting to move in an orangey blonde kind of way, because they had been
She keeps trying to dye her hair purple, but her hair is so brunette that it doesn't really go.
No. So I'm just realizing that, I used to have some light down here, and now we don't.
It's all mahogany.
It is.
That's good.
I'm pleased. It is October. It is fall. I am ready for the
you want to see what I've been working on?
Yes, I know. I saw it downstairs because we've been sitting on the couch together, but
All right, so this is where my likey needles are in. It's in my
Age of Asparagus. Look at these cables. Look at those cables. Look at them.
They are, that's a good view. Oh, so they are intertwining like crazy.
God, that's going to look so good on you.
It is going to look good.
I know you're not the biggest green fan, but that is going to look so good on you.
I think this color green will be fine. It's a deep blue green.
I mean, this green would look good on you too.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah,
I'm not a real green happy person, so this is one of the few greens I really like.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And this is Griffin
Asparagus by Verdant
Griffin
on Bugga, right?
Yes, and I had emailed her and called her and said, would you please dye this for me? And she did. Actually, the yarn is about 3 years old.
Yeah, but prior to Griffin selling them.
That's right. So, but I'm really pleased. I've got 6.5 inches, and I think I wanted to go to 13 inches to the armhole.
That sounds about right.
I think it sounds very much about right. So, yeah, I think that
13 to the armhole has it ending here.
I think that's good. Yeah. So 13 would be good. So I've done all the decreases for my waist shaping, and now the next inch I'll start do the increases to get it back up to.
And then you'll start doing the bust?
And then the bust is just increasing up from the waist.
Nice.
I'm not doing anything else. I think it will be loose enough that it should be fine.
Good. Are you intending on having a little bit of negative ease?
At this point, I have no idea what's happening.
Okay, so
it's my own design.
We will find out.
Since this is my own design, and I had to put in some ease for the cabling, since the cabling takes it in much tighter than does the regular stockinette stitch. It's just stockinette in the back, but what's going to happen up at the neck is this cable pattern is going to split for a V-neck, and then when I get to the shoulders, there's going to be it's going to be 15 stitches that go around, but it's going to be 3 stitches, then a 9-stitch cable braid, and then 3 stitches. So it'll become an applied border to the back neck, and it'll come and join over here. So that's cable is going to be the cabling in the back. And I have to decide whether or not I want to put then the matching cable down the sleeve. We'll see. But anyway, I've really worked crazy to get it to this depth. And so it's this beautiful. Is about row 40 of the pattern. So I'm thinking by row 85 or at the end of the pattern, when I have to start the repeat again, I should probably be right at the armhole. Yeah. So that'll be good. You know, once you get into the rhythm of this cable pattern, and it looks like it's got Irish knots in the whole thing. It looks daunting, but the directions written row by row, it's really easy to follow. Just believe in the pattern, and it works out really well. Trust in the pattern, whatever. So what are you doing?
I am furiously trying to finish my Oak Park.
I see that.
Which is so almost done. Let me get it situated on the needles.
Pink is what I had with you.
So I'm currently doing I've finished all of the sections, so you can now see the whole effect. So I have done all of the sections and the first border. I have picked up for the second border, which is the first of the 2 long sides. Then I will pick up the second long side, and then
a short side.
And then I believe I pick up, and I don't know how much I knit, but then I connect it with a 3-needle bind-up. Because remember, I'm doing the cowl on this one. Because I already have the shawl and I already have the scarf. Why not have the whole mid-century collection? Why not?
Sounds good to me.
It's really, I love it. It's such a...
That's going to match my coat.
It'll match my coat, too.
Will it? Are you sure?
My coat is plaid. My coat has these colors in them.
Okay. All right.
Mine
Well, mine nevertheless will match mine.
Yes. Yeah. And then you do a 3-needle bind off between these 2 borders on the short side, and that's your cowl.
Nice.
Mind you, it's something like 300 and something stitches on each side, or, you know, close to that.
I've done 290 stitches on what I'm doing.
So far, I have knit 635 yards, I believe.
Oh, right.
So that should get me a nice little, even though it's a partial, nice little yardage bonus on House Cup.
Nice. And very nice.
Yes, because I've also been very distracted. Very distracted with my knitting. I started my mission, as we know, last week. And last week, we discovered a boo-boo I had made. I had continued on to the second part of the the chart, when I still had to redo the first part another time.
Right, I remember that.
So I had to pick up and rip back, and then get myself back in the right spot. I have since gotten, oh my goodness, hold on, I have to get it. It's on the bottom of my stash acquisition. Yes, I know. I didn't tell you about that yet, Mommy.
No.
I know.
This is a surprise.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to hold off till Rhinebeck.
Yeah, I'm not going to Rhinebeck, so I figure this is my Rhinebeck.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I have a shirt. Or something that looks like it. I think it'll block out and actually, like, not look like it's a toddler's shirt.
Yeah, I think that...
I hope so. It should.
I think it will be fine.
I think it's just because I have it on smaller needles. I have them, I think they're on a 20. Yeah. Just because it's cotton, and so I don't want it to have to... It's cotton and alpaca, so I don't want to have to, like, pull it around so much. That being said, it's glorious. I really wish Krista had been able to source more of this and put it in the shop, because, dear Lord,
Feels great.
I love it. I love it.
It feels great.
It's interesting because when you're knitting with it, you still sometimes see the alpaca guard hairs. So the really long hairs. But it's in a chain structure, so an I-cord structure, so it's a bit more contained. But I really have enjoyed knitting with it, and it looks so pretty. Just so pretty. It is. That gray is subtly variegated, blue. And I love it. There's some silver, gray, and blue, and it's just beautiful. So that's what I have been distracted with. And then...
There's another distraction that I was working on today. There's a reason why my Entrelac hat isn't finished today.
Yeah. Well, and then I did my gauge swatch for my test knit. So I had done this one at home at my apartment this week, and I wanted to come here and use Mommy's little Knit Pro gauge tool. It's downstairs. It's actually really lovely. Like, I was kind of a little skeptical at the beginning. Skeptical. But I'm now like, this is great, because you can just place it at multiple different parts of your swatch and get your gauge.
That's right.
And it's great. So this is, the bottom section is on 6s, which is the recommended needle size. I got the correct row gauge. I got too big of a stitch gauge. I was getting 5.5 stitches to the inch. I need 4 1/4. So
Mom, were too small.
My stitches were too small.
Right.
So Mom then suggested going up to a 7. Thank goodness I'm working on my mission sweater. On 7s? Yes. Which, by the way, is the... Crud, I just totally lost it. I had it in my head a second ago. Twigs. It's the Twigs pullover. So, that's the Twigs pullover by Novel Read. So yeah. So I pulled the stitches, the needles off of that, put them on here, capped that off, and did a little swatch, and I got just about 4.25. It's a little bit bigger than the 4, and a little bit
less than 4.
Less than 4.5. So we're going with it. In my haste, however, this morning, before gauge swatching, I started my epaulets on 6s, which I think will be fine. It's just a shoulder, it's just a shoulder piece.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It will be.
It will be fine.
And the difference between 6s and 7s when picking up from either or is not that much. So hopefully I won't get a little, black mark on my record in test knitting for this, but I had shown Mom, so, by the way, I'm using Nerd Girl Yarns,
in a long yarn crawl bag.
Yeah, Vashta Narada, which was my first sweater quantity I bought from Nerd Girl.
Wow.
It's out of her Clever base, which is her Superwash merino worsted, which I love. I love this base. It's my favorite thing in the world.
Do you love it?
I do.
Okay.
So I had shown Mom these two together. So this is Parlay, this is Dream Crabs. And then I looked at the pattern later, or when she sent it, and it said you need 165 yards of the epaulette color. I only have 100 yards of this. So I'm striping, well not really, but I'm kind of striping with the Destinies in Our Stars on Parlay as well to do, the background is in Dream Crabs and the actual welts are in Destiny.
All right.
I don't think you can really tell. It kind of just looks like it's a self-striping.
It does.
And I think it's still going to look really nice in the sweater.
I think it'd be great.
So that's what I've been distracted with. I will tell you what else I did after you tell me a few more things you've done, because I kind of took over a little bit.
Well,
I got very excited.
Very excited. I'm working on my Stephen B.
Howl.
So that's what I'm working on right here. So that's what's in my lap. But I also did some work on my cowl.
It's so pretty, Mommy.
So what I want to do is, I think I will, one, finish my Entrelac hat. Second, I will do those baby hats, the other two baby hats tomorrow. And then third will be get my green sweater up to the armholes and then go back to this, because I think there's about 30 rows left.
I think you can do it.
Of course I can do it. And I will have this done by Rhinebeck.
Well, when I come over to him, you can do that.
Right,
we'll do it at the same time.
Sewing.
With me. We'll show you that later.
Yes. So, I won't get my Oracle shawl done.
She's releasing a half circle version.
I saw.
I want that one. Because I think I will
wear that
more. Because I don't think I will wear a circle as much as a half. You wear circles more than I do.
I do. I mean, they do keep me warm.
Yeah.
And it's a big one. And, that big circle that I have.
You wear all the time.
I wear it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, this is coming along. I'm very pleased with it. I wish it didn't work so that I could knit all the time. And
no, you wish you were retired.
Well, yeah. And on my boat and all that. We are going to be recording next weekend.
Yes.
After my
husband at around the same time, probably.
Yeah. My husband and I are going down to Annapolis next weekend after a doctor's appointment. Notice there's a theme through all of this. And just a checkup.
Okay, good.
And we're going to be looking at boats, and we're making our January reservations and all that kind of stuff. But I would love to live on a catamaran. So we'll see. We'll see. We're going to go look at catamarans and just look at the differences between them. So we'll see. And we may end up going on a catamaran in spring break. Because, really? The main cat is in the Bahamas. So that's around Florida level. And Florida level in January is not necessarily that warm. No. In fact, I've been in Florida. I've been in Naples, Florida, where it was snowed in January. So I think that spring break would be a better bet for the Bahamas. So anyway, we will see. But I have been working on this.
Maybe I'll have to take a long weekend and come hang.
That might be a problem.
That might be such a problem.
So that's in my Mina bag over here, which I've now dropped everything out of. Really?
Oh, poor Mommy. Ugh. So, have you been working on anything else?
Yes, if I can find it. Here. My mission. I really need to put some of these needles away. Anyway, I said I was going to work on a pattern out of Stitch in Time.
Yeah.
I lied. Anyway, what I will do is I'll do the collar. I'm going to look at how it shapes from the bust up. But what I've done is I've done a rib. It's a 3x3 rib. And then I'm just doing a stockinette stitch up to maybe the waist. And I thought maybe I'd do this at the waist again.
Maybe.
And it may look like somebody's hash, but we'll see. I can always take it out. And then do that for my waist shaping. So not decrease anything.
Just do a rib.
And just do a rib. And then open it back up again. And then do the
tie neck,
the bodice and the tie neck, and that would be the mission. I really like it, and yes, there's a theme through all of this. If you remember, my botanical yoke was a red, and this is a red orange type of thing.
It's really pretty.
Yes, I'm looking to see if I had one that wasn't wound yet. It is Neighborhood. It's Neighborhood
Of course
Fiber.
it is.
From last year's Rhinebeck, so at least I'm using yarn before it's Studio Sock, 100% Superwash Merino. Oh, well, that's good to know. And this is Basquiat. This was one of her first speckled yarns. Up until then, she had said, "I'm not doing speckles. It's not healthy.
And
it's
then
not
one
good."
of her interns had
showed her how to do it.
Research. No, she had done a lot of research, she said, and had really worked on trying to figure out how to do it in a healthy and sustainable way.
Right. And so this is Basquiat from last year's Rhinebeck. And I won't have it done by Rhinebeck, but at least it'll be on its way. And I'm glad it's superwash. That'll be really good because I've managed to shrink 2 sweaters. Luckily, they were 2 sweaters I wasn't that really keen about. Mm-hmm. I've worn them for a couple of years, and
yeah, I'm a little worried. I put my crop top in, and it's a little small. But that also could be the fact that it's like not blocked out.
Right.
So I might just have to block it out.
That might be. So anyway, this is Neighborhood, and it's moving along. I'm really very, very pleased with that. So that's good. And let's see, we've got the Entrelac downstairs. We've got this. This is just for up here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm grading homeworks and I'm talking on the computer and doing that kind of stuff. So it's going to be forever.
So
then,
I had this brilliant idea to make my Velma sweater.
Oh my goodness.
So I started to swatch.
Oh my God. You're crazy.
Yeah, but look at that. Look at that gauge. That is not a sweater. That is a holy mess.
Oh my gosh.
So,
ow.
So I didn't even hurt her. I just hit the chair. So I think what I'm going to do is put this on the back burner.
Yeah.
And
is that the regulation needle?
Yeah.
That doesn't look right.
Because I think it's technically supposed to be for a bigger, I think this is a not regulation worsted weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then you might have to do sweater math.
I might. But I think that is not going to be able to get done for Halloween. Because I was like, I could wear it to work and be Velma for Halloween. Why don't I just buy an orange sweater? That would be easier. Or we'll see. I haven't exactly decided.
Oh, we're having an open house at school on October 29th, and I'm wearing my witch's hat.
Nice.
And I'm wearing my academic robes.
Oh, my
and
God.
I'm going to be Professor McGonagall for the marketing department.
Oh, God.
Woohoo!
You're a dork, and I love you.
And then on actual Halloween, I'm teaching, so I get to be Professor McGonagall for my 2 classes. Yes. Well, you were the one who got me the actual wand. So yes. I have a hand-carved wand. It's really fantastic. My students are going, so do you have a wand? I went, do I have a wand? I have a wand. I have a regulation wooden wand that was hand-carved. It's gorgeous. Yes. I got my witch's hat. I got my robes. Definitely regulation robes because they're from City University. And I have a wand, so I can be Professor McGonagall. And I'm going to have a ball, just an absolute ball. And I think it'll bring people over to the School of Business tables. So I'm really excited about that.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So,
what else? I can't believe you cast that thing on.
I didn't. I was swatching it.
All right. I can't believe you were swatching it.
I had a I thought I could do all the things. Tanya told me she'd put on the tee, and I was like, yes, I can knit a sweater in a day. And I was like, no, I can't.
No. That gauge, I can't believe that gauge is right.
That gauge, well, the needle, it says knit on size 8.
Yes,
and I'm
but
like,
if you continued on, I don't think you
hell
have
no.
gauge.
So I think I'm going to go down to a 6.
And besides, you had that test knit.
Right.
Did you do this when you knew you had that test knit? Yes.
I told you I lost my mind.
Oh, all right.
And I have all the mojo back.
Oh, well, that's good.
So, like...
That's good.
Yeah. So...
What else?
If we remember... We're going to move right on into stash acquisition.
Yeah, is that what's over there?
By my feet?
No. That's
my Vashta. That's my Vashta Narada that I have to wind.
Oh, all right.
I wound some of it at home to swatch, but this is such a better setup to wind an entire sweater quantity.
Okay.
Because,
wow, that's such a pretty color.
I know. If you look at the swatch, it's got little purple and, like,
it's really
tealy
nice
bits, and it's dark blue and gray. Oh, it's gorgeous.
Oh, see, this is the kind of stuff your father thought was fiber. I still think that
it wasn't. It was your hair.
I know. But that was really
your
funny.
hair, yeah. So
he dropped part of his dinner on the floor and then picked it up and said, "Oh, look, there's fiber everywhere." And it was a string of my hair. Yeah. What do you expect from the kitchen floor?
So, remember at retreat how I mentioned that a friend of mine, a one Tanya, bought a whole lot of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when she was doing such acquisitioning, I had told her that she was going to get overwhelmed and want to de-stash.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
What did you do?
She posted a de-stash this week.
You didn't tell me?
I'm sorry.
Is it all gone?
No. No, it is not all gone.
She usually texts me.
She's had a rough week at work.
Okay.
I'm loading. Excuse me. It is ISO D-stash. So, previous page. No, that's Cowl. That's Cowl from a month ago. 2 months ago, actually. So this was the first one. I don't know. I guess everything is still available. She hasn't edited it. I can ask her. And then
that's
all
fiber.
Of that fiber. And then she has this yarn. I took the orchid.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I also took the busted flush. Oh, someone took the brainy. Oh, I know who took the brainy.
Okay.
So she still has the squad goals. None of that anymore.
Oh. Well, you son of a gun.
Well, you could always message her and go through her stash online and make her an offer.
No, because the stuff that's gone was what was really that.
The dingo, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is also, she was selling it for what it is on the site anyways. And those are all dyed to order. Mm-hmm. So you could get them. So.
Yeah, but she's right there. I don't have to wait.
So.
Yes, whatever.
She live cart jacked me at the retreat.
Yes, I remember that.
So when she was de-stashing, I was like, oh, no retreat stuff I see. And she was like, no, but I mean, we could talk. So we had dinner on Friday. And she brought lots of yarn because she just wanted to play with the pretty yarn. And she brought the stuff she cart-jacked from me.
Good.
It's parlay. It's called Restore the Magic to England. And it's mine now.
All right.
It's mine now. It's this beautiful blue, gray, and green. I think it'll look really good in a textured stitch. I'm thinking the Maple Cotton Candy from the Rhinebeck sweater book, the Amy Herzog sweater, the low scoop neck.
Yes.
With the texture. Yeah.
I saw it today.
So that's what I'm thinking. And
that would be really pretty.
Yeah, and then I also picked up some.
But as you say, you're not going to be at Rhinebeck.
Right. I picked up 3 skeins of cotton DK in Orchid.
Nice.
Which is so pretty.
Very pretty.
And boyfriend friendly. So.
Very, very, very boyfriend friendly, yes.
And then Busted Flush on Pony, which is this beautiful blacky brown and purple. And it's 2 skeins. It's 800 yards. And actually, my friend Emily just sent me told me what pattern she used for a tank top, and she used about 800 yards. So I'm thinking I might make that same tank top because it was beautiful.
Oh, good.
And the pattern is beautiful. So I'm thinking that's what this is going to grow up to become.
Nice.
But it's so pretty. So that was my stash acquisition. And I actually got... I
can't believe you didn't tell me.
I'm sorry. I had an interesting week at work.
Well,
and I just did not remember.
Important.
I'm sorry.
Really?
She'll probably do another soon.
Because I could use more grays.
Okay. So, yes. So that happened, which could just stand in for my Rhinebeck.
Could.
Even though it was less than what my usual Rhinebeck situation is, which is
one
good.
Sweater quantity.
It's only one, and a tank top, and then probably another top.
That's
cotton.
true. That's true.
So in other news,
this is what we've been working on all day.
My skirt is essentially done.
Essentially, it's got to be hand sewn around the zipper and around the pockets.
So yesterday, as I told you last week or a few weeks ago, I had cut out all the pieces, and last week I believe I cut out the chiffon, which was a task and a half. And then, so this week...
And then you went home.
Yeah, and then I went home because it was late.
It was 11.
It was 11. So, and we didn't even realize it was 11. That's what we mean by it. It's not always a big deal if I'm here till 11 if I realize it's 11.
It was a work night.
Yeah, well, and also, we didn't realize it was 11 o'clock.
No.
It was like, oh, crud,
we lost
it's
an
11.
Hour someplace.
Somewhere. We don't know how. So, yeah. So, yesterday, I put together the poplin skirt, which is really the body. Heavy. And it's really heavy. It's a really good weight of fabric. I'm really happy with it, and it's beautiful. It's what this waistband is. And it's got a little bit of a sheen that isn't being picked up by the camera. It's a really lovely poplin.
It almost looks like a silent taffeta.
Yeah.
It really shows the grain in the poplin really well. Almost like a taffeta would, but it's not going to make swooshy noises like the taffeta would when she walks.
Yes.
And it's a little bit more body-friendly than taffeta would be.
Yeah. So I put pockets in the skirt. So what I had done was I had put on the muslin, and I stood in front of Mom, and I kind of put my hands where pockets I thought should be, and I pinned where I thought the top of the pocket should be, and I did that, and then I put pockets in. They're the pockets from, I think, the cigarette pants from one of the Gertie books. I think it's the Gertie Everyday book. I just copied, I just traced them.
Pattern books downstairs.
Yeah, so I just traced those and used those, and then... It was quite late last night when I was starting to do anything else. Once I had finished putting together the whole skirt, and we did the zipper, which Mom basted in, and then I put in with the machine. And then I was starting to put the
And we didn't use an invisible zipper. I know a lot of people talk about using invisible zips, but... I don't like the way they zipper once they're in your clothing. I find
when we buy them in dresses that are made in the store, I'm half afraid I'm going to zip myself.
Either zip yourself or zip the fabric that's around it. I've not become a convert to invisible zippers. So we put in a regular zipper, and we have fabric that's closing over, and I think it's doing quite well.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really close over it much, but I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. But that's also why I wanted to get possibly that brass zipper for the top if I can, because I thought the exposed zipper, because I'm not putting a freaking invisible zipper in a top. Are you kidding me? I'm not that kind of girl. I don't care. If I'm going to have a zipper, I'm going to make it look pretty.
I think that'll be pretty.
I think it will too. So then I pinned and basted the poplin pleats. I am going to take out the basting before I wear it, obviously. And then Mom was wonderful, and once I pinned the pieces together, she did French seams.
By hand,
all around the chiffon skirt.
All day today.
Because I am not as delicate.
No, I can get about 8 stitches to the inch, maybe 10 stitches to the inch in hand stitching.
I get like 6.
So, the first seam with the French seams is more of a basting stitch, just to kind of get them together. And then I turned it inside out. So first you do it right side out, and then we turned it inside out, and then that seam is the one that's more like 8 to 10 stitches. So you can see,
maybe, no, you can't really see all the little fuzzies that are
There's still fuzzies flying out through.
Yeah, there you go.
But kind of we'll just trim those off. Trim those. Because this was starting to ravel, even as I'm hand basting, hand sewing it. So had we tried to do it on the machine, I was afraid that it would be unraveling as we looked at it. As it is, I think it's going to be fine. So the only thing...
Would using pinking... if I had used pinking shears, would that have helped at all?
No.
No?
It just would have been little tiny pieces flying all over the place.
Oh, lovely. Okay. That was just something I thought of while we were doing all this. And then we're going to hand
sew around the pockets to stitch it down there. And I've already pinned back around the zipper. So it has taken me...
And I did the waistband, and then Mommy put it on.
8 hours?
Yeah, it was about 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then I did about 4 yesterday or so. Yeah. So I have a skirt
another 8 hours will do it. The hand stitching that needs to be done and the hem. So
I'm gonna.
It's going to be wearable by the time it needs to be.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to find a skirt hanger and hang it for the week. Because
some part of it is on the bias.
Yeah. So that it actually, hangs out, and is able to be worn. It is quite heavy. But I think
any bias drape will happen during the week. Yeah.
I did notice, I noticed it once we got it all together and I did a few spins in the living room, everything started to lay together right. So now I think it's laying together right, which is good.
Yes.
And then... we're not sure if I'm going to be able to finish my top in time.
Because the zipper that she ordered, the zipper that was delivered, is not a separating zipper.
No. So hopefully a separating zipper will show up in the next week, and we can make the top next weekend.
Right.
Or not. I've already cut all the pieces, and I haven't put them together yet because it's a very geometric, if you remember, geometric princess seam. And I think I figured out how it's supposed to be done. I just haven't, and I have a few tester pieces that I have ready that I want to get done, but I wanted to get the skirt complete done first.
You can wear another top
exactly.
with it.
So Mom had this beautiful suggestion.
I happen to have a top.
That works. I tried it on earlier with the skirt. And you tie it here, and then you tie this. Like this, and ta-da! And actually...
it's a top that's older than she is.
It's what she made for her going away
outfit from my wedding.
So...
that top is 40 years old.
So if I can't find... I'm going to probably hit up H&M.
Pattern.
Yeah, I think we still have it.
I think we do too. I refuse to
throw it out. Because I really liked that top.
Yes, and there's a jacket that goes with it that I had made out of a red printed silk that I think is worn out. I wore that a lot. But it's a Vogue pattern, and
I'm pretty sure
I like
Vogue
patterns.
Yeah.
They tend to stay classic. So anyway, that top will work with the skirt. I think the top that she wants to make will work better with the skirt. But this way, at least she has a top.
Right. I'm gonna go and look in H&M and Gap and a few other places this week too to see if I can get maybe a purple or something, just in case I'm not feeling the white the day of, just to have a backup.
Always good to have a backup.
Always.
Especially if it's not the one you just made.
Yeah.
I think the one you're making will be perfect.
I think it will too. I also don't know how I'm going to feel that day, if I'm going to want to be in a white top.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
So that's what's been going on here.
We have been crafting like crazy.
We have.
Today's sewing.
Oh, the best part of today. Mom was top stitching the waistband, which I had asked her to do because when I was doing the muslin, that was what gave me the most trouble. It might have also been the fact that I was doing the muslin at about 2 a.m., but we're going to totally disregard that fact and be like, Mommy, you have the most experience. Please do this for me so I don't screw up my entire skirt.
Right.
And her machine decides to go
right.
And it goes red and flashes red lights at you. And what did it say, Mother?
Motor was overloaded. And I said, no, it's not. Quit acting like a prima donna. Get your act together. This is a machine that is supposed to be able to sew through balsa wood. And I've seen them sew through balsa wood. But I think it was getting... the skirt is very heavy. And by going slowly through the band... it was putting a lot of stress on the machine. So, you go slow, you let it rest a little bit. We got through it. The machine can certainly handle this. And I was talking to it sternly.
Yes.
Yes. Shape up.
Yes.
You can do this. It'll be all okay.
Yes.
And we got it done.
We did.
Absolutely got it done. We got it done slow enough that I think it's all a 1/4 inch all the way.
Yeah.
It looks really great. Quite pleased with it. And we didn't snag the ties or the ties.
Yeah.
So it went together well.
Yeah.
The poplin is quite well behaved. It's just heavy.
So pretty.
It's very pretty, and I love the fact that it's somewhat textured like the taffeta would be, because I think that's going to be really stunning.
Yeah.
So very, very pleased. And next weekend we will be hemming this.
Yes.
So it's a high-low.
It's a little high-low now. I think I want it to right below my knee.
Well, you're going to be in Miami.
Exactly.
If you keep this hot as it is,
I'm going to
die of heat frustration. So
we might end up cutting off about half of this skirt in the hem. But I think it'll be wearable anyway.
And then down in the back will be nice.
And I think it'll be wearable even up here. I think this is a very classic.
I think so. I think it's lovely, and I think the polka dots are really pretty.
God, I'm so happy with this.
I'm so glad I had that idea.
I'm so glad you had that idea.
Yes.
I'm also glad that since it was your idea, you were willing to help me with the chiffon, because I'm slightly terrified of anything I can't put through the sewing machine.
I know.
I'm like, you mean, what do you mean I can't use the machine?
Well,
the machine is meant for this.
You can see that.
And I tried to baste a few of the pleats using the machine, and the machine was not eating it, but it was bunching because it doesn't have enough body to it.
Right.
I do think you could probably do it. I was thinking about this with that tearaway that we used with the embroidery.
You could do that, but this was just as well.
Yeah, because there's
it's not scrunched up in any way. It's all gone together well.
Yes.
And we only had one seam that apparently it was just slightly miscut.
Yeah.
And the rest of it just went together really well. And I think on the machine, the way that the presser foot and the feed dogs work, that this would usually, goes along a little faster on the top. It squishes it forward. I think we would have ended up with more mismatch.
Okay. And probably a few more pulled threads than like the 2 or 3 I have.
Probably. And because it's so easy for the machine needle to snag the chiffon. Whereas I was working with a hand sew needle and it was fine. Yeah. I had a longer one, so I was able to pick up a number of stitches at one time so that the basically the gauge on the stitch then works very well when you do that, and it ends up being a straighter seam.
Yeah.
Instead of doing one stitch at a time, if you can load something like 6 stitches on your needle and then pull it, it's going to be straighter.
Yeah.
So something I learned a long time ago. So you've got an outfit almost done, and if you get your top done, great. If you don't, you've got my top, and you probably will be able to find another one.
Yeah,
that's fine. I think that's really good.
Yeah,
I'm wearing this top. I probably won't be able to get to this until Christmas time.
Yeah.
I left my father's sweater downstairs.
Well, you haven't.
I didn't really work on that.
I brought Grandpa's to work on, but it's that's what I've been meaning to show you. I wanted to get your opinion. So
what?
My grandfather's sweater is, I picked up the sleeves. I have officially actually done 2 rows on the sleeves.
Good.
So I have officially worked on the sleeves. I really want to get this done, and this is probably maybe an evening. Maybe I can get it done in the next day if I work on it on the subways and at lunch tomorrow.
Possibly.
And then after work, at knitting, if I bring this to knitting. I was figuring then I could do I do the epaulettes for the test knit, and then I start the test knit, and then if I alternate test knit with Grandpa's sleeves, or I take the test knit on the subway for as long as I can.
Until it gets big.
Until it gets too big, because I can't take Grandpa's sweater on the subway. It is too big. Too damn big. Because it's the sleeves,
that's good,
and I did the
sleeves. For so long, it was too small. Yeah. Anyway. So you're right. I have not really worked on Dad's sweater. It's still at that point where it's got one sleeve.
So I want to finish it so that I can give it a bath, because I want to give it a really, or I want to run it through the washer by itself, because it was bleeding.
Dye was coming off.
Which is fine. It's I know it's a really, really dark over dye, so that's fine. But what I wanted to show you was what I think I'm going to knit for Poppy, even though I said, so I know I was going to do the Caribou by Tin Can Knits.
Yes.
So I decided not to do that because, let's see if I can pull this. I can't, it's not linking. Oh well. I can look it up. So.
That's pretty, whatever that is.
That's the Roslyn. That's what I wanted in my Velma sweater.
Oh.
So one of the girls in, Nerd Girl is knitting one of those, and I realized it looks quite feminine.
The Caribou,
unfortunately. Okay. So I looked up other men's patterns, and I found this. So it's on a lady here. Reverb by Tanis Lavallee.
Oh, nice.
And it's got a really nice button band. I think I can do, so I figure I can do a straight button band.
Sure.
Up to about here, and then do a rib or something. We can figure that out so that we can reinforce the buttons.
He doesn't want buttons.
Okay. So I can just make it banded, and then how are we closing it? Zipping it?
No.
Velcro?
Velcro.
Okay. So I can still do a ribbed button band then if we're going to just put Velcro dots. So that was my thought, because the extra small is he's a 32, right?
He's an extra small.
Right. So the extra small uses approximately 900 yards.
Perfect. I
should have just about that left over. And if not, I can do cuffs and hem. And band in something different.
Yeah.
Slightly different. That's my thought right now.
Let me see the other sweater.
The Caribou? Yes, it's supposed to be for unisex, but seeing it, it's also because I saw it's in TARDIS blue. The sweater that she's making, it just looks a bit more feminine than... Like, I could see Grandpa wearing it, because it is going to be in, like, that browny, purpley
but I do like
blue.
I
like the reverb.
In reverb.
I think that he'll get more wear out of... I think Nan will prefer that.
I like that.
To put, prefer to put him in that.
It gives more verticality to it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. So that was my thought. I think it's a great thought. I will finish Grandpa's sweater, and then I can start Poppy's sweater.
And work. At this. I'm almost finished another bump on this.
Yay!
There's 4 rows to a bump.
Yay!
So this is good.
Well,
every time we podcast, I can finish another bump.
Well, I am finishing the row before the bind off, so I might, while we do the notes, bind off this, and then all I have to do is pick up on
Show off?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get this thing done.
Right.
So I can wear it, because it's starting to get cold. I know, I said that, and we were all excited for fall weather.
And then I'm in 80 degrees.
And my father looks at the weather for the next week. And it's close to 80 Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I have summer dresses I can wear.
I do too, but I'm like...
It's a little odd that it's October.
I want it to be sweater weather. I was really excited.
Midnight on Wednesday.
Yep.
Bring your hats.
I will try.
I'm going to put these in my knitting bag.
Get there. So, we will start, I guess, weaving in some ends.
Weaving in some ends, absolutely. Before we rip out other ends.
Yeah. So, we will talk to you all next week.
Yeah. With other adventures, because you're going to a festival.
I'm going to Bacon Fest.
In the Hudson
Valley.
Very cool.
And you are going to the boat show.
That's right.
So it should be some very
great.
Interesting
kind of
stories.
Alpha and Omega here. You're going to more of the hills, and we're going to the seashore.
Yeah. It should be great.
Excellent.
Well, we will see you all next week.
Bye-bye. Bye.